another episode of the Clarion Costs podcast. My name is Ellie Howard-Taylor. I'm a paralegal in the Costs and Litigation Funding team, and here with me today we've got Sam Bossi, the CEO of the PDF. Welcome.
Thank you.
So today we're just going to answer a few questions, chat a little bit about the PDF, the work that they're doing and how you can get involved. So, for those listening who don't really know anything about the PDF, Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, sure. So, the PDF is a membership organisation, a forum for solicitor, professional deputies and legal executives who obviously work in the Court of Protection and the people that work alongside them. It was founded about 4 years ago. In fact, we had our launch day here at Clarion shortly before my time, but it was a good day apparently. And so the forum, what is it for? It's sharing ideas, best practice, learning from each other, the kind of practical elements, and we also act as a sort of conduit to our main stakeholders as a voice for deputies as well. So
something sort of just letting them get heard, really.
Yeah, exactly. And many voices, one strong voice rather than lots of little ones, so that's kind of what we do, really.
Yeah, and I suppose lots of ideas coming in.
There's always lots of ideas. There's lots of work to do. It's good.
Well, that moves nicely onto my next question, which was, is there any main priorities for the PDF this year? Is there anything in the pipeline, anything coming up?
Wow, the pipeline is bulging this year, as we said. We had our strategy day a month or so ago, and as always, there were lots of ideas from the committee, but this year I think there's a few different areas. So we want to continue to maintain our the excellent relationships we've now got with the court and the OPG, and continue trying to sort of build one with the SCCO. So that's kind of that thing. We want to raise more awareness about the delays that there are in the system in the court. Sort of within Parliament, so trying to sort of go beyond and around our stakeholders at the moment, and just because and ultimately it's all about the impact that those delays have on P, and that's really what that's about. What else have we got going on? We've got a new logo coming very shortly with a new website, a members platform, which will be really exciting. We've also got we're putting together a sort of set of precedents for members to access. We've also got a series of short, sharp sort of lunchtime webinars that we're focusing on things that often come up in the forum, and they're on a sort of practical bent, things that you wouldn't sort of learn elsewhere. So one we've got coming up is about working with the litigator. We've got someone coming in from Stewart's to talk about that, and we've got a review of the new revised deputy standards as well. So just a couple of things, lots of exciting things, and we've also got we've got our Grade D, our online Grade D training program coming soon as well, which will be free to all members. So get involved. It seems like there's plenty going on. There's loads going on.
So I think you've touched briefly about your strategy today, but I know you've got an annual conference. Do you want to just talk a little bit more about that? So
we've got our third annual conference in September. This time we're in Manchester. We're at the Midland, 28th of September. Tickets are on sale. The theme is promoting autonomy. And we've got some great speakers coming. We've got Caroline Belenska, we've got Alex Ruck-Keene, we've got case manager Dr. Abby Cheeseman. We've got a specialist from the world of assisted technology coming to talk to us as well. And then in the afternoon we've got our excellent stakeholder panel where we've got Judge Hilda and her gang back again, where you can quiz them all and they can't palm you off against one another because they'll all be there. That was a long session last year.
Get your questions ready then.
Get your questions ready, definitely. So that's the conference.
Brilliant. So moving on to inconsistencies within the SCCO. We know this is a huge topic. And there are a lot of inconsistencies that myself I've seen, you'll have seen, you'll have known about. how are the PDF working with the SCCO to sort of combat these inconsistencies?
Yeah, combat I think is the word, isn't it? So fortunately we've got Stephanie Kay on our committee, so she is collating, we're asking our members to send examples of these reductions to her, and they are, she's putting them together and then presenting them as appeals. So if people have got examples of reductions that they think will go to appeal and would be of benefit to all deputies or impact all professional deputies, then send them to us.
Yeah.
And they can either send them to Stephanie or have a look on our website and do it that way if they're not members.
Yeah, so what sort of things should we be looking out for in terms of inconsistencies? Is it got a list? Is it just sort of things we keep seeing?
Yeah, things that you keep saying. So, for example, I think one of the things is times taken to prepare stuff. So with that, are we talking about sort of the OPG form, so standard forms really? Yeah, so that's the kind of thing that they're looking for, that really should be pretty straightforward, but depending on who you get, I think sometimes it's even instances where it's the same person, but they apply it differently. So it's just trying to, try some evidence that we can get them to, work with.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed we can get somewhere, I guess, because I think something needs to be done.
Yeah.
To, like I said, combat these issues, because I think if we don't look at them, they're only going to get worse.
They'll only get worse and they just run away. So it's kind of, right, okay, let's draw a line now and we'll just, because you wonder sometimes if they're even aware of it themselves at the SCCO. And ultimately it saves everybody time, doesn't it?
Yeah, save them a lot of time if it's right the first time, as opposed to always having to go back.
Yeah, definitely.
And challenge everything. No, superb. Moving on to the next sort of question. If a deputy has recently been appointed, or things have changed in the dynamics with the team they work with, how can a deputy find a reputable case manager? Is this something that the PDF can help them with? Yeah,
so there's a couple of ways of doing that. There's I've seen members using the forum to do that by posting on there, so someone know of anybody in a particular area, or we've got the directory where you can do a search based on location or keyword or speciality or however that is. One of the features of the new member platform is that members will be able to post in there that they're looking for something, and the case managers that are listed in the directory will be able to see that and respond to them if appropriate. I suppose it's a bit like check a trade, isn't it? But similar sort of thing. So hopefully that will be useful as well.
Yeah, no, that sounds really good. I suppose it takes the load of trying to find one.
Yeah.
Have to then follow up with multiple case managers, set up meetings with multiple case managers. It helps you find recommendations, and I always think that recommendations go so far.
Oh, they're much better having a personal recommendation than scouting around and thinking, oh, are they going to be right, or
100%.
Or any good? And what's good for one person might not be good for somebody else. So there's
and it's all about trial and error, so at the end of the day. But like I said, having somebody to recommend personally goes a lot further than finding somebody with 5 stars on Google. And then moving on, if there's a professional listening to this podcast who's not a deputy, how can they market their services within the PDF? Is this something they can do?
Yeah, they can. As we mentioned, there's the contact directory at the moment. That's going to evolve into a sort of corporate membership, a more sort of formalised corporate membership scheme. And that will be a sort of improved offering. So rather than just sort of a listing in the directory, then they will there'll be some other benefits to go with that as well, such as access to this, seeing these posts, these notifications when people are looking for a service or an expert or something. If they're a corporate member, they'll be able to send us information to share with our members if it's relevant. Discounted tickets, preferred training partners, and that kind of thing, really.
Yeah, so get involved, basically.
Yeah, basically
if
get
you're not
involved,
on there. And then that nicely comes on to the final question. If somebody's not involved with the PDF, how can they get involved?
They can go to our website, which is probably the easiest way if they want to do that. If they're already involved in the PDF and they want to be a bit more involved in what we're doing, then if they contact me, we're always looking for new committee members, because as we've just heard, there's loads going on. It should be, hopefully it's quite easy to get involved, and we always want to see more people.
Yeah, Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for a little whistle-stop tour of the PDF.
Pleasure.
I hope you've all found it interesting for those listening. If you do want to find out more information, please feel free to contact either myself, and I'll pass your details on, or contact Sam directly. Her contact details will be linked below. And I guess thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.